For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we're ready to get started. You making sure my mic is working here? And everything seems to be good to go. How's everyone doing tonight? So we got Sterling Parks here. Corey Tate Esquire says Zen is on the move. We're going to have to check out Zen. Let's just go ahead and switch over to the charts. I've been here on the 1 minute chart, been scalping. Let's take it, start out on the 4 hour here. And we're looking at Zen. And that didn't work. I'm a little partial to MexC. Let's see if we got it there. How far does this go back? I think I looked at this one recently, didn't I? I believe so. I think on the last live stream yesterday. Wow, this thing has done really good. It's going parabolic. Can't complain about that at all. Unless you're not in it like me, then I'll complain. Wow, that's great. Let's get things set up here. What's missing on my chart? All right. This thing is set to take off. It's already took off. So we'll get a little pullback from this, and that would be a good place to get into it and see the money flow starting to come up. Now, when that goes green, you think it's done good now, it'll do a lot better. Let's see what we got here. I need to blow this up so we can see it. So on the daily, we topped out there. Let's come down to the 4 hour. Could still be topping out. Come down to the 1 hour. Okay. We may have a top to work with. Might have a top to work with. So it looks like we'll have to deal with this on the 1 hour. So if that's true, definitely could get a retracement back to the 618 Fibonacci. But usually when we take off like this, have these parabolic moves, we're looking at these two levels. And if I can pull them up in my Fibonacci's, where'd my numbers go, man? I gotta get in the swing of it. Put that over a little closer. Go back to the 1 hour. So when you got a move like this, it's going parabolic. Usually the strong retracement will come back to the 236 area, maybe down to the 382, and then possibly continue that move up. So those may be two possibilities as far as a time or a place to get in. Wow. This thing is just going awesome. We'll have to get some targets here. We are way above the 9 moving average, and that's one that I use a lot, because when you got a good move going like this, and if you can see right here in this area, and this is why I use this particular moving average, price are right on top of it in a strong upswing, and especially when things are going parabolic. And when it does fall below it, it usually retraces the 21, which I've got marked in red. So that would be the first area I'd look at for it coming back to, would be right around this 35 to 33 area. So that's a good place to mark. And then of course wow. Okay. Now the 9's matching up with this Fibonacci level. Let's see if we can see it here. The 236. That would actually be the first area. There's a chance that that will not stick, and that it will come down to the 21, retest that, and then possibly by the time that the 50 gets up here, that would be 382. So if we fall below the 21, 50's next in line. But you see how these moving averages are just spread out like that? That's what we want to see. That's beautiful. But it's also giving you a little warning that, you know, it's a good time to take profit when you start seeing them spread out like that. So let's see, how far can this little baby go? And let's just go ahead and go to the daily, get some levels here. Yeah, we did do that. I've done this one before, just knowing this particular chart. So this negative 0.27 is one that I use on my Fibonacci extensions, and you see how it lines up really well with these areas right over here as resistance. So I want to put a line there, and let's mark that. And then of course this 161, or this negative 618 area right here is another good target for anybody who's trading it and looking for some good profit taking areas. Although it may have a pullback, I expect that it will have a pullback where it makes it up there. I'll have to catch a little bit of a breath there, but look at that, man. Price going up, volume coming down. The only scary things are that, you know, we're about topped out. Stochastics are topped out. Momentum wave looks like it can keep on going, doesn't it? This has been a really strong move for this thing over the past week. Great one to be in, and I'm not sure if I can't remember if I'm in this one or not. But that looks really awesome. So some of these areas to consider if you get a chance to get back into it wouldn't be a bad idea. What I like to do is draw a trend line, and we were actually kind of looking at it more on the 1 hour. So I like to put a line in the sand there. So if we break down below that, I'm out if I ran it. And since we're going parabolic, we can go to the edge of that, the bottom of that trend line, take another one, and then you can kind of fine tune your exits a little bit. And if you want to get really picky, you can come down to the smaller time frames. And we're on the 15, and it looks like it's just broke structure there. So it looks like this may be the topping point for right now. And so we could possibly get a pullback. Now on the 15-minute, I would be expecting probably this area at the 21. But it's still showing some strength right now. When they do this, they can fool you. It doesn't always automatically just come down. They can actually kind of ride this on up and then come down. But it's just one of the little tactics that I use, like especially if I'm scalping or looking for an exit point. I like to look for a break of trend to take profit. So this one looks really strong, really great. And Sterling says DVPN is pumping too. Let's take a look at that. I do have some of that. And let's back this baby up on the 4 hour, see what we got. Ooh, I've already got targets and everything on this one. Good. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I remember looking at this one recently too. This one had the trifecta. I think all these 3 moving averages were bunched up together. Great sign right there when you see that happen. 4 hour 100's getting ready to cross over that 200. Already had the 50 to do it. That was your buy signal right there. Boom. this one is making a, well, you could call it a head and shoulders. This shoulder is lower than that shoulder, so we just find a valid neckline, and actually the wicks right here make a valid neckline. And that can give us a measured move now that we've got a completed pattern. Ooh, nice target right there at 0.0006715 area. Let's go ahead and mark that little dude. It's a measured move. Inverted head and shoulders. Yeah, this one looks good. Really, really good. And let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, okay. So what, already had a measured move and it already met it? That must have been from a few weeks ago. It was in a falling wedge, broke to the upside, went kind of stale there for a while. But as long as we broke out that falling wedge, it's a good sign, right? I don't know when I did TA on this. I think it was earlier in the, well, when was this? Back in January? Okay, must have been my first video on it. I can't remember. But it must have been on this chart. But okay, so we've obviously hit that measured move and then we retraced, right? But now we're definitely in a good spot. So we can reclaim that. What targets do I have here? Huh. Okay, interesting. So definitely short term, be looking at 0.005916, 0.0006188. Biggest one I'll be looking for just for this pattern that we're currently in, that 0.0006722. Long-term holds on this one. This one's got potential. That's one of the reasons why I really, really wanted to get into it. And man, I've got, I'm looking up to 0.00315 as a major target. So yeah, DVPN, definitely one to keep on your radar there. There was another one I'm looking at, and I'm building a little bit of a position in it. It's a gaming coin. Now, I'm not really big on gaming coins. A lot of people are. I mean, they have their use and everything, but I would not, there's not a category that I personally want to go heavy into. But you can definitely find some good opportunities there. And there's this new one out called Sin, and it's on KuCoin. Sinverse, that's it. And I've been eyeballing this one. And since it's down at a bottom area, you know, I've been dipping my toes into this one. Let me see if we can find out some more about this. So multiverse is kind of a big thing, a big narrative, right? And we've seen Decentraland and Sandbox and things like that. Well, this one is geared. Oh, what was that video game? I was never big into video games, but there was one. This was for adults. It's like an adult world. So I think that's a unique concept. 1 billion total supply, market cap 2.6 million. Current circulating supply is 359 million. So that piqued my interest. And let's see if we can get a, there we go. Let's go to the website. Sterling Park says, thank you, sir. No problem. That's what I'm here for. Anything that you guys want me to take a look at, I'll be happy to do it. I'm just kind of out gem hunting, just going over a few things, and then in a few minutes I'm going to start looking for some good setups. Sinverse though is kind of cool. Come on, you know, you got to do your own research for anything you're seriously thinking about taking seriously. But it's clicking my boxes right now. So your very own R-rated metaverse centered around an underworld play-to-earn game housing multiple gaming projects for an immersive experience. So where the Attention goes, the money flows, and I think this one's going to get a lot of attention. Now, how it turns out, as far as that looks cool as hell, doesn't it? Wow. I mean, these games may be cool, but currently the games in blockchain space are just not that hot. So we'll just see how they play out. We can definitely use that technology, but will it be the driving force in that technology? Because the game's not going to operate on the blockchain. It's just going to be using the blockchain in certain aspects of it. You know, just kind of curious. I like for my coins to actually have a really good use case. But there's always that hype, right? And as a trader, I like the hype, but this one looks pretty darn cool. Click on the white paper. Just take a quick look there. Synverse, your own decentralized virtual world, powered by Polygon. That's cool. Become the ultimate kingpin. Tokenomics. I want to look at that. Background of the game is based on the most controversial cities in the world where digital real estate is available to be purchased. You can build your own empire. Says the video game industry is currently going through a massive growth phase. I hope so. Play to earn model. Strategic fund. Where's the tokenomics? Tokenomics. How did you guys start this little baby out? Private sale, public sale, seed round, treasury. Ecosystem, staking rewards, game development, team got 10%. That's acceptable. That's very acceptable. All right, decent. I'll just say it's decent. I don't see any warning bells that's jumping out at me, but I don't know. It was just something I thought was very interesting. And looking at the chart, let's see, we're on the daily. Let's see, this was around in May 22, right? What do we got here on history? All-time high October last year, October 2021, 74 cents. And 3 months ago was at its lowest at half a penny. And currently we're just a little over half a penny. So it's got potential. Definitely has potential. Typical bear market results there. Get kind of scary, make you think everything's dead, and then suddenly they come back to life and your bags are full and happy. All right, so this little guy, what I see is that we had this pattern, or had this trend line, broke out above it and retested it here. So this is basically your falling wedge pattern. And let's go with a little bit of a conservative measure move there. Won't take that whole move. Put that out the breakout point, and that will give us a target of about 1.7 cents there. And I think that's pretty appealing, because getting in about now, got to get a better stop loss than that though. You know, you're looking about 166% return there. It's not bad. So just one on my radar, and I've been building up just a little position so far. Sterling asks, what do you think about Nextra? I'm liking it. I have some of that back when it was Alliance Blockchain, when I just started covering it, and I was starting to build a bag of that, small position that I had, and then of course the big dump or hack or exploit came around, and you know, I got the bright idea to just throw in a crazy low order, and then KuCoin just halted trading, and I didn't know what happened. I didn't, you know, I had maybe about $50 or $75 put into that thing. And when recently I found the Nextra, and so I was pleasantly surprised. I had a nice amount. It was more than I was trying to trade for it at the time. So I must have got a low ball order filled and got compensated for that. So that actually worked out pretty decently for me. They don't always work out decently for me. All right, let's see if we can find a better chart here. Let's see if I can actually spell this the right way. Okay, and yeah, this is where I was looking at it before, and this is the daily chart. Rise in megaphone pattern, broke to the downside, caught support at the 618, even fell below it down there, huh? Okay, let's come down to the lower time frame. 4 hours looking interesting. Looks like it's trying to get ready for a pullback right now, so probably retest this area again, 0.067, 0.068 area. Already has once, but we're getting ready to get a little red dot there, get a little bit of retest. So where will you come down to? I'm looking at this area right here, 0.0664. And apparently it does like to retest the 786 area. Let's see what it did over here. And from over here, it came back down to the 886. So it could possibly do that again. So let's go ahead and mark that 886 here. So for entries, I'll be looking at 0.063, 0.064, 0.066. But regardless of how you look at it, you're getting in at about 6 cents, and it goes up to $1. Those little fractions of a penny aren't going to make that big of a difference. I do like that we're in the middle of this red cloud, because that indicates that, you know, we'll get this little minor pullback. We'll find support here at these EMAs. See if we can blow this up a little bit. Take a look at it. Get on the 1 hour. Well, 4 hours is what I was looking at for the EMAs. All three of them bunched up together there. That's a great support. So it may not fall below 0.068 cents. Just a possibility. Retested that one. It's just got to bump up above it. Where is our 200 EMA here? Has it been around long enough to have it on there? It is on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, it looks beautiful. About to get that golden cross on the 1 hour, so that's a buy signal. That will be coming. It just, according to our 4 hour, you know, it'll just kind of lag around a little bit. But it looks like it's getting ready to do something. It does. And let me back up. Clear some of this mess out. See if there's anything new. Okay, touch, and that's a touch, that's a retest, that's a retest. I will take that as being valid. That lines up pretty nicely right there. And at the breakout, that would give us measure move just for that one at point, just a little nut. Right at 9 cents. Let's go ahead and label that little guy. So we do have a few targets to look for based on support and resistance and Fibonacci. It's about 7.5 cents, a little over 8 cents, but that big one, 9 cents, is what I'd be going for. And it is from the breakout point. If you wanted to, you could put it down here. If you put it back at the retest area, we're still coming up around the 8.2 cent area. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. Let me do one other little thing here. We had this, and we retested the 618. Didn't quite make it to the 786. Okay, just checking on that. Now, there is another move. right here. And we've got confluence that would take us to 12 cents. That's the main move I'd be looking for if you're holding this for like a midterm hold. It might take it a while to get there, but there's confluence. That's a Fibonacci area taken from this move. If I remember correctly, take that Fibonacci there. Was it not? There is one for that move. I want to mark that. Those 618s, very important there. So wherefore, oh, I bet you were this guy. I don't think I have enough information to do it there. I think I'm going to start putting more notes on my charts when I do stuff like that. I've got a line there, it's yellow. It's a 618 from some measurement that I've taken. I wish I could remember it, but the fact that we got a measurement here and it lines up with that, that's still confluence, even though I can't remember where I got that measurement from. It gives us a higher chance that it will actually, there it is. It was from this leg right here. That gives us the confluence that we'll most likely hit that area. But yeah, next row looks good. That'd be awesome. I think when I realized that I actually had that bag in my wallet, it was right around 9 to 10 cents. So this was the area that I was looking at it. Yeah, I'm cool with it. All right, let's see what else we've got. Velo is one. Now there's some news going out with Velo, so I want to take a look at that. Let me see if I can pull up the. Posted it in our little, what happened there? Posted in our Telegram group. Well, we can get to the right page here. There we are. No, not the lounge. News and updates. Well, maybe it was. Gosh, man, I'm losing it. It's in the student charts, I think, chart area. Okay, well, maybe I'm mistaken on that. I saw the news. It was somewhere else. Okay. Anyway, what is that news? There's some recent news coming, and that's why I want to look at it, because it could influence the price. And there it is. Okay. Okay, they got an update to their April roadmap. The testing universe wrapping around 31st March. Got some exciting updates. Let's know this is one that some groups are looking at right now. So we got some trading groups looking at this, which would also help boost that price. And let's see what they're looking at. They'd be looking at a falling wedge or a kind of an ascending wedge. Almost. It could be. Looks like we're breaking to the upside, so that's good. Because this one definitely can break to the downside. But this might be one to consider. I don't think I'm not in on this one yet. Looking at the overall structure, though, we got this rounding formation here, and then we're breaking up and flagging out the scallop pattern. So definitely could hit these areas right here. That would be a good one too. Personally, I would target that and that. But on the, and then I'm on the 3-day here. Stochastics are at the bottom and getting ready to turn up on the 3-day. 1 day's already looking nice. just kind of struggling to get over this little 50, reclaim that ground there. So probably trade sideways just for a little bit. He'll end up breaking up through this Ichimoku cloud, and that could take it a little bit, because that doesn't start until about third week in April, somewhere through there. Just something to keep on your radar. Haven't made up my mind about this one yet. All right, so now let's take a look at some things. One thing I was going to do is try to just find some good setups. And so I have a list of things that I want to take a look at and see if they are still in this area. I'm looking for ones that have a bottoming setup. I'll see that we're still here. And it can take these a little while to play out, but when they do, it's usually a really good move. See like how this spike goes up? So, I mean, this one was just trading about $12 and it jumped up to 30 and then came right back. You can see that kind of thing happen until it actually finds its bottom and then it actually starts going up. So, GameFi, that's one that's I've got on my list there. I'm not in this one. Just one that I'm starting to follow a little bit. And this one, just stick with measured moves here. We could get up to about 16 bucks. That's what the chart suggests. Let's try this next one, see what we got. Starting to get a rounded shape, so I'm going to keep my eyes on this one. I don't see what I want to see on the moving averages yet. I have to give this one just a little bit more time, but look at that. These things get these little spikes. It's trading around 41 cents and spiked up to where? 246. Now, some people get into these and get a little position and they just set limit orders and just wait for these crazy spikes to happen. I mean, one happened in December, two of them happened in December, and, took months before it happened again, but that happens. That's a strategy that some people use. Oh. And Sterling asks, what do I think about Moon River? Let's take a look at it. I know I've got a little bit of this, not enough to really matter though. Because this one's actually held up pretty well during the bear market, I thought. See what we got on the weekly here. Yeah, that sucker got up really high last run, right? Yeah. Up close to $500. So yeah, I wanted to have at least a little bit of this and just set it back. So you can definitely make money just trading, but I tell you what, the biggest gains I've ever seen come from just getting in at a good position and holding that. You can sell it off as it goes up during the bull market, but the whale strategy works pretty dang good, and very fortunate to have been in the market at the right time during the cycle to have accumulated along with the whales for some of these projects. Although I fear I've spread myself a little thin on some of them. Nice falling wedge here. It will take it a little while to kind of break out of here, but it looks like we're getting a partial decline here. So what that means is finding support halfway through this pattern, and that's what leads to the breakout. So we're getting close to a breakout. We already had our 50 cross over the 200. That was your buy signal for the daily. Still haven't broke above that 200. That's what we really need to see. When we officially break over the 200 on the daily, we're officially bullish. So this is still kind of, I guess, in this bottom area, you'd say. Great time, in my opinion, to pick this up. And I think this was right around the area that I picked mine up, was around $8. So if I can free up some capital, put this on my list to revisit that bag, because it's a good time to do it. That looks nice. Short-term targets, what do we got? Actually, I would do this. Short-term targets, I'll be looking at about $11.82. Definitely have our eye on that $16.84. And my main target would be about 1952. Measured move for this pattern. Depending on where we actually break out, we'll have to adjust this, but let's just assume that it kind of meanders all the way over here, breaks out in this area. Could be looking at $23, $24. So that looks good to me. So yeah, I am a fan of Moon River. I like to keep my take profit areas in red just to clarify my screen a little bit. I need to post these little babies over in the group. So let me go over to the chart room and we'll go to trade setups, because I post setups that I do, and also from some paid trading groups that I'm involved with right now. So it's a great little place if you haven't been over to our Telegram. We've technically got 3 little channels. I got one for news and one for chats where we can converse, and then this one, which is divided into 3 sections. I didn't know you could do that. I would have just done that from this get-go and everything. Where I put setup. So I got student charts where sometimes I teach scalping or you know, whatever we're going over. And students can post charts there, or anybody can post a chart there and get some critique on it. And then where I put actual setups. And I'm going to paste this little guy there. And that was mover. Moon River. Oh, and let's see what else we got. So yeah, Moon River looks good. Posted that over there. Keep sending them, guys. I'll be happy to look at anything you got. Until then, I'll just keep going with my little list here. This is one that caught my eye. Now I did get into some of this because I like those rounded bottoms. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for anything that has not really taken off yet, or is just now starting to take off, that when I come to the daily or even the weekly chart, I see a nice rounding bottom shape. These are the ones that are going to move huge, and you can see this one already did that. Now come back and retest, and they'll do that for a little while, but these little guys that have this pattern will take off like crazy. And it's all looking for the rounded bottom shape, and usually you'll see a falling wedge in there somewhere. Okay, and it can vary because it'll just kind of build itself up and everything as it goes. Right there was I think the original one. We go up through here, and you can kind of see the falling wedge shape take place there in this rounded bottom. So I'm looking for those things, and I'm looking at the moving averages, paying very close attention to the 200 on the daily. When I see these things converge down toward this rounded bottom, I won't end that project. I want something in there. I don't care if it's just $10 in there. I need something in that because they usually perform exceedingly well. And so this one's got a green dot on the daily. This one's getting ready to do something. Looks like we're going to retest this 50 moving average on IOI. And this was Internet of Things type project, I believe. I'm not really sure. When it comes to trading, I'm not really concerned about what the project does so much. I'm concerned about the chart. When it comes to investing, I want to have a little bit better of an idea of what they're doing. And is this going to tell me what it does, or is this going to give me some kind of generated crap? Founded in 2018, 90 employees, game studios, and gaming. Okay. Well, I was totally missed the mark on that, but I like the chart. The chart's very good. chart tells me that this little guy's got some legs there. And definitely looking at that 52-cent area. And a lot higher ones, and that comes up right with this area too. Well, so we already got that one marked. That one's covered. This area would be another area. 68 cents. Up to 93 cents. And $1.44, $1.59, $1.89. This thing's got... It's got some nice targets ahead of it. 347. Guys, we have any music playing? We're supposed to have music playing. Ah, there it is. Okay, had you my headphones on to hear that? Okay. Let me know if that music gets too loud. And let me just go ahead and mark these little guys as daily resistance areas. And there's Grizz. Hey, Grizz, how you doing? And Grizz says Haka. We'll do that. We'll look at that next. Good to have you here, Grizz. Oh, I should have done this to begin with. This is taking too long. Daily resistance and one more daily resistance here. All right, I'm just going to copy this little guy. And that was OI. Post that one to the Telegram group. And let's take a look at Haka. And this one's done pretty well. I remember it during the last bull. Let's see what we got here. Nice rounding shape there. I like those rounding shapes. It's been rounding for a little while though. But it is moving. Okay. That's holding nice. That's good. So how far are you coming back? So it's on a little bit of a decline here. And broke trend. So let's see where we're headed. Or are we? The biggest thing right off is just retesting this 200 daily moving average is what I'm looking at. We definitely don't want to see it come below there. And really at this point in the market, I can't think of an instance where they usually do. The thing that's making me nervous though is this 50-day trying potentially to cross over this 100. If that happens, you know, we could wick down a little bit below that and may retest this area over here. And let's go ahead and mark some of those. So it looks like it's getting a little bit of a drawback right now. So just a little under a penny and just a little over a penny is what I'm looking at. 0.01175 and 0.00957 in those areas. That would be a good buy zone. If our moving averages don't look terrible at that time. But we should definitely get some support here. So we had it before, dipped down below and did this little kind of a, what do you call that? It's not really head and shoulders, but this little dip here. So it should really hold this area. But, oh man, let's see what the 4 hour says. Okay, so, that's going to be a hard area for it to get over right here at 0.014 cents with those three moving averages bunched up together like that. The good news is the 50 crossed over the 100, so that we will come up to retest that. I don't like the 21, this red one, crossing over the white. So from what I'm seeing right now, it's telling me it's going to bounce through here for a little while. Ichimoku cloud's getting thick, so that's giving us at least some promise that at some point we can actually, work our way up to it. But it looks like it's going to trade sideways for at least the rest of the week and retest this area of 0.0143 in that area, and hopefully come back to retest this 200. If we can get above that 200 on the 4 hour, that would be awesome. What I really want to see from it, and the bullish sign that I'll be looking for on anything on the 4 hour, where we're below the 200, or anywhere on the 200, is the 50 crossing the 200 on the 4 hour. That's a definite buy signal, and even front running that a little bit is pretty cool. But right now, it's telling me it's got a little bit of a battle ahead of it right now. But that doesn't mean it's not a good time to accumulate. You can definitely see that it does have some promise there. But oh man, it could really come back down to just to blow a penny though, just depending on what's going on in the market and whatever Bitcoin does. But we're looking for that 200 to hold. That's the main thing. If it were me, and I was trying to get into this, let's take a look. This one appears to be in a precarious situation at the moment. We lost 72, but we're at the 786. Okay. And that's promising. Okay, so I mean, I would like to see it keep its support where it's at, and then start working higher. But it's going to have a little struggle there. I don't want to see it break below the 200. If I did that, if I saw it break below there, I would be tempted maybe to close my position and then try to reaccumulate it lower, because that's a good sign that it would come lower. But it really depends on what it's doing here, and it could. I'm on the daily here. Let's go with the shorter time frame, see what we got. 4 hours looking pretty decent, like it could actually get some legs there. And yeah, that's the area. Come down a little smaller here. 1 hour's working its way up. I'm still going to say it's going to struggle for a little bit, but I mean, it's not terrible. I just want to make sure that at least on the daily, that we don't lose. Was it the daily, the 4 hour? What the hell? On the daily, that we don't lose that 200. That's the biggest thing that I'll be looking for. Wish I had better news to give you on this, but right now it looks like it's just gonna struggle sideways for a little bit. And you are welcome, Grizz. Wicking down is good, looking for a spot entry. Okay, well, yeah. I would be eyeballing those areas there, yeah. I might wanna set an alert. I wanna set an alert for that one. Set it on the 200 there. Did I get it? No, I like that. Got all my moving averages, didn't it? All right, we'll just do it this way. I will draw a little line in the sand here, and I will set an alert there to let me know when it gets there. because I wasn't in this last time, and I remember it did well. It did better than I expected it to do last run. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this one. My problem is that I'm getting into too many projects. Yeah, you're welcome, Grizz. You are welcome, my man. All right, so we looked at, and well, let's go ahead and, well, it's not really a setup for yet. One called Bucks. No, that one's not looking hot to me at the moment. LMR. I have no idea what a lot of these projects are. I am just totally going by the charts, but this one's starting to pique my interest just a little bit. Now on these, I'm definitely not saying it's a good time to get into them at the moment, but hey, it may be coming soon. On the daily, chances are that we already got our buy signal on the 4 hour. Is that true or not? You did. We got her, or it did. It got a buy signal there, and then it dropped. Well, I don't like that. That's not supposed to happen. All right, and this one's iffy. It's, how did you do overall? Whew. Okay, well, it had some legs before. It just got demolished. Something I'll watch. I'll watch that one. Not sold on it yet. This is Clover Finance. Let's see how it's done. Let's get rid of the Fibonacci there so we can see what we got going on. I've already charted this one, haven't I? And it kind of had a rounding shape, and those rounding shapes are a little subjective. That's on the weekly. Looks like it might have broke it. Did it? Or are we still holding it? Kind of still holding it. At the 786. Okay, it's at a good support level. I don't like that. I don't like it outside of my rounded structure there. This is one I'll just keep an eye on. So far I'm not finding just the end all be all gem pick tonight, but it's always worth looking. Jam. Now that one was interesting, and it looks like I've done a setup on this one before. It's got the rounded shape that I like to look for. This one is, yeah, this one's definitely on my radar here. And taking a look at the 4 hour to see what we got. Come down to our buy area there. Found support there. That was good. It could still come down further though. That's the only thing. Could come down to here at 0.0018. Okay, not going to post that one yet. This one, ARN, rounding shape, possible double bottom. That being a double bottom, this one's got some potential. Now this one could definitely stay in this rounding bottom shape for a while. It looks like it might take about another month before we actually see it do something. But this one automatically from the rip has a pretty cool measured move, which what we'd be looking for on this pattern. Where'd we go? Make another double bottom, and it would actually come up here, and then that would be our neckline. We'd have a measured move for that, and this one could have a possibility to reach about 19 cents, and it's under 2 pennies right now. So something to look at. This one's still got a little bit more of an accumulation phase to go through. but definitely one to maybe look into. Silo, not impressed with that one. Form, I'm not really impressed with that one yet either. Okay, here's one. Falling wedge. STC. Actually, I think I got in on some of this. I think on my MexC account. The falling wedge is one of my favorite patterns to trade. And if you could only pick one pattern to trade, or if I could only pick one pattern to trade, that's one I would look for. Statistics say 68% chance to break to the upside. In my experience, and I've seen some other people throw some other statistics out, more closer to 90%. They usually always break to the upside. And when they don't, they're going hard to the downside. I mean, hard. So if you see one break to the downside, get out. But they usually always play out. Almost always. Very, very reliable. So this is one I've got my eye on. Where's my little tool here? Measurement tool. Because to get up to my main move there is like 136%, and even up to this area which it wicked up to, that was June last year, had a wick and then come down. So that's something that this one kind of likes to do every once in a while. 222%. That was all right. So that's all I've got under my list under there. And let's see, was there another one? Got a watch list. What's here? Odds is one that I was looking at. And then we had that spike up there. Rounding shape, it's broke that now. We can go ahead and get rid of that. And if you draw a line, if you ever question the rounding shapes or anything like that, draw a trend line. You can see where it broke trend. So we're going to be coming down a little bit on this one. Not one I'm looking at for a trade right now. This one looks interesting. Still within trend. This is OLE. Don't even know what these are. And it's finding support at the 786. This one looks promising. This is one might be worth just kind of keeping an eye on. So right here, about what is that? 2 cents. Might be a decent little target for that. Doesn't look like we have a whole lot of price history there. I do like the rounding shape though. I like what this one's doing. It's got some signs that it may have something going for it once it confirms its bottom there. 4 hour looks like it's got a chance to come up, but it could also keep coming down on here. Or moving averages are kind of spread out, but it is trying to make a move to the upside. This one, I do have some of this. This is CIX 100. I think it's basic like an index for some altcoins, like trading an index fund, trying to make a double bottom shape there. Not a member. Could you take a peek at UOS? I sure can. Glad to have you here. And that was UOS. And this is Ultra. Let's go to the weekly, kind of get a good overview here. Broke that trend, came to the downside. Fell below to 886. Okay. Okay, let's go down to the daily, see what we got. So that's your daily support. And support resistance flip right here. That's a good sign. So it topped out over here, couldn't get past it. I just messed that up, didn't I? Get that back. And then that's been acting as support. So it's a support resistance flip. So it looks like this is the bottom territory. Just a little under 20 cents there. So that's good. That's a good sign. Got a trend line work right here. And basically making a falling wedge. And let's pretend it's going to break out over this area. So roughly we're looking at about 54 cents as a target or a measured move there. And the fibs also make excellent measure moves. 618 could be an area where it may struggle, so that's a good possible area for taking profit at 37.5 cents. And the 786, I would throw that one out there too. And we could definitely, you know, put the other areas there, but I mean, I guess if you're playing leverage, that could work if it's available on leverage. But I would be looking at these targets. 37.5 cents is maybe an area to take profit. Where'd my marker go? So it could come up there and then come back down and retest and before it moves up. Give you a chance to add more to your position if that happens. 42 cents and then a measured move at 54 cents. And we could be seeing those over the next, let's see, we're on the daily. And we're seeing that probably over the summer. It'll probably be a little bit of a slow move. And it's taken it, man, taking it quite a while just to get where it is right now. But yeah, looks promising. And that would be what? Getting up to the measure move 100% return. Not bad, not bad at all. And even to the Fibonacci, 618, 50% return. Can't complain about that. It's just going to take a little bit of time, looks like. Let's check out the 4 hour just to kind of see how it's doing right now. Now that's promising. Okay, so we're above the 200 on the 4 hour, already had our golden cross. And our moving averages are starting to line up now. So it may move quicker. And that would be welcome. I don't like slow moving coins, and we get into a period of this market where things just slow down and but when things do move, it can go pretty quick. So we're working on an inverted or a complex inverted head and shoulders, and so it could possibly come back down and make another shoulder at 1, 2. Got 3 little shoulders over here, 1, 2, and then another third one would just be symmetrical that it may likely do that. And I can see it coming down and retesting the 50, the 100 moving averages on the 4 hour. Very possible that it's got a measured move for that, and our immediate target would take us, let's just put it over here. That would be at 31 cents right there. If you're playing this on the 4 hour, that'd be a good take profit area. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit, see this. Let me just spell this out. Inverted complex head and shoulders measured move. Actually think I'm going to post this one into the group. It is a free group, by the way, for you guys that don't know. And hopefully it's not too hard to find. That's what I worry about. This was US. Am I currently on the daily or the 4 hour? Daily. Normally we're putting a lot more information in on here rather than just drawing a chart with targets and spelling it out. But I think I'll go back and try to do that a little bit later. Non-member says, thank you, sir. And I say, thank you. Thank you for asking. How's this time slot work out for you guys? Is that kind of cool, or is it kind of too late for you guys? Where are you guys at? Where are you guys located? I'm trying to figure out a good time to do more live streams, and I'm definitely not a morning person. I would really like to do one about my time, about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, right before the markets over here open. But man, like I said, I am not a morning person, so that has not been working out too well for me. I'm trying to do my Crypto Insight show, just going over the top 10 and over the market for the week on Mondays in the mornings, sometime during the morning or day. But I like the idea of doing something late at night because I'm a night owl. Problem is, I talked myself out of it. So I made myself come on tonight. I'm so glad you guys are here. Vancouver, British Columbia. Awesome. Are you Chris from the group? Is that you? Uh-oh, lost my chat. Crap, what'd I do, man? Not chat. Do I have to reset this thing? All right. The adventures of live streaming. Let me tell you. Oh, that actually worked, didn't it? Oh, it's working. Okay. Southern California, Grizz. All right. So it's not late at all where you are, Grizz. It's probably what, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock there? So it's 12:30 a.m. where I'm at over on the East Coast. But I was thinking about trying to shoot for about 10 or 11 o'clock on my time. And let's see, I did post that, right? I believe I did. Oh, it says, not Chris, we'll have to join the group. This is perfect time, kids are in bed and I can chill. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, and you know, I've already got the graphics laid out for late night crypto. So yeah, I like the idea of doing it at night. It's just kind of relaxing, just to kind of just look at charts, look at whatever's going on, and just, you know, chill. Chart and chill. Sounds good. Hard. That was one that's, I think it's called Humans. That was one I was looking at. I think it was below the 200 when I started looking at it, and now it's popped above it. Okay, here's one. It's been a while since I looked at these, so that's why I wanted to come on and do this tonight and just kind of see how they're still going, if they're still worth looking at. And this one, this is Neo Gas, okay, because Neo's taken off and we're getting ready to open up the China market with Hong Kong coming up pretty soon. So yeah, this one's not bad. All right. See what else we got going on. I've got on some of these streams at night, I thought, you know, I'd do some actual live trading and things like that. Let's see if I can pull this up. Can we do this? Is this going to show on my screen? Oh, I did. Cool. So I've got a KuCoin account that I set up for this channel like back in November, and I think I've put like $2,500 into it. And I haven't really done a whole lot with it. I think I bought some coins on the main trading account back October, November. Haven't done a lot with, but it's done okay. Cause we're up to what, 4,300, and the only things I'm responsible for paying back 664 because I'm doing some margin trading. Futures, I'm starting to do a little bit better with futures. They kicked my butt for the longest time, and my story about this market, me getting into it, I got tired of losing, and I literally stood up and said to the market, "You're going to give me back all the money I've lost in you." And I made up my mind to learn how to do technical analysis and how to trade, and that happened to work. And now I'm telling that to the futures market: "You're going to give me back all the money I've lost on you," because I've lost a lot on futures. Futures will kick your ass. If you don't have the right mindset, and it's tricky getting to that place. It's been a challenge, but I think it's finally starting to click as long as I follow the rules. And when I deviate from my rules, I pay dearly for it. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for here. But this was started out like with $200 is what I put in here. This is not it, is it? Futures? And it's up to like 615. And I'm not trading this all the time. I'm doing it really sporadically. I've been trying a new strategy, and it seems to be working out pretty well. Get to the right, this is it, futures, right? Can we blow this up? I'm using a Bollinger Band strategy, and I'm taking my Bollinger Bands and I'm adjusting them, just tweaking them a little bit, and I've got actually 4 different ones on here, so each little layer that you see there is a totally different setting for a Bollinger Band. But I'll just stack some buy orders on the bottoms of the bands on a certain time frame, and stack sell orders at the top, and just let it play out, and that seems to work pretty good. And then sometimes I'll come on here. I'm mostly doing it on my regular account, where I'm actually just scalping and doing all that. How do I get out of here? Let's get back to here. My other strategy that I use when I'm scalping, and it's been working out really well, is just getting on the 1 minute. So I've been following the 1 minute a lot, and it's pretty simple. It's just basically following these trend lines, and once they break, I'm out. And then we use our fibs to find another entry. Oops. And it's just wash, rinse, and repeat. So I thought that was one thing that I could go over. I did that in our Telegram group. I went over that, explaining how to do it in our student chart area, breaking it down just frame by frame. Actually, steering the bottom that we had. Where was that? Me and Donna's the admin over there. And it was when we were right down here before we had this move up. We were nailing this very bottom right there, live in the Telegram group, just taking pictures of it. I was just posting every little move I was doing on the minute chart, and we nailed it. And that turned out to be a pretty nice trade. But just some ideas of things to do. And Grizz says it's 9:40 where he's at. Wow. All right, guys, if you got anything else, just go ahead and throw it in there. I may be wrapping this up pretty soon. I think I've pretty much covered most of the things I was had planned to try to do. And just trying to get an idea of what would be interesting to watch on the live stream late at night, I guess. And sometimes I just like to get on here and just scalp, and sometimes I just like to get on here and just kind of look for some setups as they come along. But I would like to do some kind of challenge with this account. So my idea was maybe to grow the futures, and now it's up to 600. It's doing well. I've had better luck on this one because I don't mess with it as often as I do on the one that I use all the time. Is that crazy? Oh, there is one more coin I want to take a look at. It is XDB. I have not made up my mind on this one, what I think about it. But there's a lot of people that follow my channel that really love it, man. And a lot of people on Twitter that's really gung-ho about it. And I'm just not seeing the value in it yet. I just keep seeing it making a lower low, a lower low, and a lower low. But at some point, it's got to turn around, and it may have done that. I was looking at the charts tonight, and we finally on this one, got a higher low. That could be a very, very strong signal for this. So this one may be getting a chance to turn around, or it just maybe setting us up for another ass kicking because it's done that a lot. But I've got my eye on XDB right now. I've given it a hard time on my channel, and the videos that I've made on it kind of poked a little fun at how it's been doing. Because when you look, like on KuCoin, let's see, let's get to the regular trading. I don't like using the KuCoin on the regular browser. I like using it on the app. This browser gets confusing and hard to navigate for me. XDB. Order book, market depth. Is that what you want to show me? Oh man, KuCoin, you messed up the things, man. I can't even see that. So I'm trying to look at market depth, and it sucks on here because I can't get the thing over. Is there a way to move that? Anyway, what I was wanting to try to show you is there's always this huge sell wall, just always selling that coin. But it does look like yeah, it may be turning around. What did I do? I lost it. All right, I'm canceling that. I wouldn't spend too much time talking about XDB. I lost everything. What happened? We're still live, right? Because all my screens just went blank. I don't know what happened there. Give me a second to pull all this stuff back up. Okay, OBS is still up. Bear with me, guys, if you're still here. There we go. All right, I thought I did something really bad. And this chart. Okay, yeah, we can look at digital bits right here. Man, it's just a huge sell wall, but there may be some promise for it since we got a higher, we call it a higher high, but we did get a higher low. I mean, this high was definitely higher than this previous high, so higher high in that sense. But it looks like it may be starting to change trend. And I would say, if anyone was gung-ho about getting into this one, I wouldn't really feel safe until I see it reclaim this area right here about right at 19 cents. You got to reclaim this area. Flip that into support. Then it may be something worth looking at. But man, a lot of people were really putting a lot of trust in this coin, and the only thing is I just haven't seen development for it. I'm not, I've got my doubts about it, but you know, it may be that one, you know, that one that does 1000x, and it's definitely at a bottom. I don't know. It's a lottery ticket. I'll just leave it at that. It's a lottery ticket. And I lost my chat. Let me see if I can get that going again. It's still working. Okay, cool. Look into short OP. What do you think? Okay, let's take a look. Now, one of the groups that I do, it's a paid group that I do belong to, they did put up a setup a while back with OP, being really bullish on it. And I posted it in our group. I was like, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. It's going the other way. And that's actually kind of how that one turned out. Let's see. Let's get rid of all this crap. I got way too much stuff here. It was this move right here. I saw where it was breaking market structure, and they were posting it like they, with some targets up to like $3 or $4. I was like, I don't think so, because when you see that market structure break, either it goes down or it'll ride that trend line up, make a double top, and then come down. That was a good place to short right there. That's been a while. Let's see what we got going on now. So for a short, well, we're trying to reclaim the 200 on the 4 hour. Is it going to do it? I'm seeing this on several coins where we got this little trifecta of these 3 moving averages together. If you're going to short it, I don't think you'll get further below 222 for the time being. And also, that would be a funky looking head and shoulders, but it's a possibility. This could be an inverted head and shoulders, meaning that price would go up. It's already claimed the 100 on the 4 hour chart, and is retesting the 2. If it gets rejected at that 200, it will come back down to this 100 to about 232 and retest that, and then possibly down here to 222. I think it's got more of a chance to try to go up from what I'm seeing. Stochastics are kind of topped out. Let's look at a smaller time frame here. That looks pretty bullish for me. So I guess you're trying to find a top out area too short, maybe, rather than just jumping in it now, because right now it looks like it still could possibly have some legs going on right now. Get back to that 4 hour real quick, because that measured move takes us up to about 263. That might be a good area to short. Let me mark that and we'll pull a fib. And that would line up with the 618 for this whole move. That would, if you were looking to take a short, that's where I would look at possibly taking one. No guarantees on that, but that is a good area where you'll find rejection. But what I'm seeing here on the 4 hour tells me we got a good chance to make it up there. It says we're live. And thinking maybe 290, but I don't know if it'll go that high, and I'm patient. Oh, they're taking a short at 290. That would be a better zone. Yeah, definitely. Let me take a general overall look at what we got here. So we got a bottom structure, and this is our main line that we're retesting right now. Trying to flip that into support, this zone here. Should we draw it as a zone? And that matches up pretty well to what we've seen there. So I just matched it from wicks to candle bodies right over here, and that's kind of the area that we've been finding support in. Let me do a few other little things here. And we bounced off the 618 for the overall move going to the upside. Bear with me just a second. Okay, from this leg, we came up here, got rejected there, come down. $786 again on that one. Let me put that one on there again. Little confluence there. For it's okay. I'm still coming up with the 6. There may be something at $2.60, $2.60 and $2.62. We had the measure move, and it's also fallen in line with the 618 just for the current leg that it's on right now. So there may be some resistance right there in that area, and your 290 area. I mean that's legitimate too. That comes up with an 886. But overall, you get rid of that line. Does that match up? Not great. I like doing lines from candle bodies to candle bodies. How well does that match up? Does a little bit better. The only thing that concerns me, the shorten, I mean, you could definitely do a short-term short. But what I'm seeing overall is a double bottom that we're flagging out on top of. Let's see if we can go. Let's go over here. Where's my index? Right there. Let's look for an even Eve pattern. Index. Okay. An even Eve double bottom. Kind of like this. So even Eve, you know, a double bottom, and then it flags out at that point we're just looking at. Then it usually goes up. So that's what I'd be cautious about here. We've got an even Eve, we're finding support, and we're flagging out at this area of support, meaning that we got a measured move here. And actually we could take 2 measured moves. You had an even Eve, and you also had another little even Eve right here that played out. Let's take these 2 measure moves above the neckline. And it suggests that we can get up to 392 and up to $4.13. So it's looking like this might be actually a good one to long on. Wow. So I'm seeing kind of a bullish pattern there. But yeah, 263. Yeah, I think you could definitely fit some shorts in. This is all coming more into your trading style and what time frames and things like that you use. But overall, on the overall scheme, bigger time frames, it's starting to look bullish. And he says, yeah, 290 would be my audio entry. But I'm not against 263 if it looks like when I get there. Yeah, you gotta approach it. Just look at it when you get there. Says, thanks again. I personally like even streams, but anytime I see you're on, I like to at least listen and make sure to hit the like. I appreciate that. That helps so much. Thank you so much. I just lost my chat again. What happened? I gotta quit doing that. And I need some practice on these live streams. get used to this. At some point I'll bring the camera out again, but right now it's just a little bit easier to do it this way. All right, guys, if nobody else has got anything to ask for, I think we'll just call it a stream. It's what, 1 o'clock my time, and I may try to do this a couple more times this week. I wouldn't mind trying to get in the habit of doing something, a stream or something every day. The videos are fine. They just take, you know, they can take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours to put one of those out. It's just easier to get more information out on a live stream. But I thank you guys for stopping by. If you can, you hit the like button on the way out. Really appreciate that. And we'll just call it an evening. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. See if we can get an outro here somewhere. I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.